Welcome to episode 7 in this Everything Adobe Express Beginner's Guide series that is sponsored by Adobe Express. But in this episode, we're looking at actually getting your content out there. That's going to be downloading it, scheduling it, and also, first of all, we're going to have a look at actually resizing your content for multiple platforms. That's going to be really helpful when you come to wanting to share your content across multiple platforms. Let's dive in and take a look. Now, as always in this series, we're starting off on the homepage. And if you haven't looked at any of the rest of the series yet, they are all linked down below in the description and also over on my website, bettercontentcreators.com. Now, we're starting off on the homepage, and what I want to do is actually pick this template here that we created earlier in the series. This is a customer review template. It's a square template, which is really handy and really good. But now we want to kind of like share this across multiple platforms. Maybe you want to share it across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or anything else like that. We're going to click over on Resize up here, and then you can see this option pops up here. We can either choose a custom width, or we've got our options here, which are recent sizes that I've actually chosen. So if we want to do an Instagram story, Instagram carousel, maybe you want to go to other social media, we can come over. You can see we've got Facebook story, Facebook reels, Facebook ad, Facebook profiles. All the other options are in here, and you can see you can scroll across to those here. Let's say maybe we want to have a LinkedIn post, so I'm going to put that on there. And also I think there's Pinterest on here. There we go. Let's say we want to do a Pinterest post, and we can see down here we can actually now duplicate and resize. What you also have sometimes is this expand image, and what that's going to do is actually resize and expand your images to make sure it fits. But because of the makeup of this particular template, we don't need that option. We're just going to hit duplicate and resize and see what we get. And you can see here we've got those options straight away. That literally was no time at all. We've got our Instagram post here. We've got our, what was this one? This one was an Instagram carousel. You can see it pops up on here. You can see here, this is our LinkedIn posts. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It actually tells us on the bottom here what each of these are. So if we wanted to, when we come to edit page, you see here where it says square. If we click on the bottom here, you can see actually we can say, no, this is actually the Pinterest post. Okay, so that's really helpful to be able to see those down on the bottom there. And there we go, we've now got multiple posts that we can now start either downloading or sharing across multiple platforms. But now, how we do that, let's dive in and take a look. Now, just one quick tip before we come on to downloading and sharing our content. I just want to show you that actually what you can do is multiple select these, and you can actually move these about. So if you wanted to move these to a different area or different pace on the in the grid here, you can do. So if we click back, how I've got to this is just down in the bottom right hand corner here, you can click on view all pages, but you can also down here drag them down around the bottom as well. But that's how we can kind of like reorder pages and move things about. And this is a one document where we've got multiple size images. Now we could, if we wanted to, just come to the view all pages option, and we select, say we just wanted these two options. We could come to that, click download, and that's going to say we want to download the selected pages, or if we wanted to, you could say you want to download all pages. So we're just going to select download just the selected pages. We've got different file formats that we can download these in. If you have created animation or video in one of your images or one of your posts or one of your pages, then you'll have the option of actually downloading this as an MP4 file as well. And we're going to come on to that in episode 8, which is going to be a bonus episode in this series coming out in the next week or so from the date I'm publishing this one. Now, what we can do also here is change the size of this, and we can download, or if we wanted to, we could order prints. We've got print options. So if you created a poster or something else like that, you can actually order prints in here. And that's connected with a company called Zazzle, and they're really good. I actually got my cushion printed there and a couple of other bits that I've had printed in the past. You can see here, we've got the option to reorder. So you can reorder the pages up here as well. And also you can duplicate pages, add pages, select all, or just deselect all of the pages. Now that's downloading all of your pages or selected pages as and when you want. You're just downloading those directly to your computer or device, whatever it is that you're using. But did you know that Adobe Express actually has a really powerful scheduler built in where you can schedule your content directly to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest? All of the good options are in here. Let's dive in and show you the scheduler inside of Adobe Express. Now, to schedule your content, there's a couple of ways that you can access the content scheduler, but we're just taking a brief look at this today, and I want to show you that you can just click on share up here and click on schedule your post. Now what this is going to do is open up a pop-up window and allow us to actually share this post or these posts across multiple channels. Now a couple of things to note on here: we can select our channels here, so we can actually select multiple channels, but we don't want to schedule all of these images to multiple channels, because if we select on both of these, and we'll open more connectors in a moment, but if we select all of these and then we go to the preview mode, you can see it's trying to publish all of the different sizes to Facebook or maybe to TikTok. It's trying to publish all of those on there. So what we actually want to do is come away from there, and let's say we want to deselect all of those pages. We want to just publish this post here, and we want to share that, and we want to share this, and go to the schedule post, and let's say we want to post this to Instagram. You can see here I don't have my connector connected right now, but we're going to open up the connectors. You're going to be able to reconnect your actual Instagram account. So I'm just doing that on a second screen here, and then it'll come up and show as connected in a second. So yeah, just connecting the right account because I've got a couple of different accounts on here, and you can see there now it actually says connected. And we can do the same with LinkedIn and Pinterest and TikTok. So those are the channels that you can actually connect to. So we're going to click off this now, and then we can see here now we've got our Instagram account. Now once we've got our Instagram account here, you can see here we can add alt text, but at the moment Instagram, the UI or the way it connects between the scheduler here and Instagram, but Instagram doesn't support the publishing of alt text from third-party tools, so you still have to go in and manually edit that afterwards. But what you can do is select Instagram, and with Instagram as well, you can select this as a post, as a reel. Obviously for a reel it'd have to be a video, or you can also post this to your story, and it even gives you kind of like an indication. It's like, actually you've chosen the wrong image here for your story. So it's like, okay, so we don't want that image, we want to delete that image, and we can literally come here and browse and select the right image from our template that we've just created. So it's going to allow us to actually select the pages. I don't want all of those pages, so I'm just going to deselect those. I think it was this one's the right one for the Instagram story, so we're going to upload that, and it's going to then give us the option to add this to our Instagram story. Okay, now it's just saying there about resizing it, but I know that that's the right size on there. But what we can do is we can post this as a reel or post. We can schedule this or publish this now. That's adding it as a story. If we were doing this as a post, there's a couple of really cool options in here where you can actually generate the caption. So if we click on generate new caption, what it's actually going to do is actually read the context of our image, and it's actually generated a caption for us and also a couple of hashtags. So we can just insert that, and that's going to be our caption. So it's writing our captions for us. Obviously you can come in here, check to make sure it is what it is that you want to say. You can come in here and actually add in a first comment. You can publish it now, you can schedule it, you can choose when you want to schedule it, and also you can save and set this as a draft. So I'm going to add this as a draft, and then I'm going to show you where we can actually come in and play about with this scheduler a little bit more. So the other area where you can actually access the scheduler is from the home page. If we click on this little more option here, we can see we've got the scheduler option, and we can see here we've got other areas where we can actually now start playing about with this. And we can see we've got our draft ideas down here. This is the one we just saved down at the bottom here. You can see if we click on that, it's going to open that up. That's not the one actually. It did. Oh, it's over here. It's actually put it as a draft post over on the calendar. So yeah, sorry, my eyesight, I'm old, okay. So we've got the draft option here, so we could come in from here and then continue to start playing about with it, and actually then decide where we want to schedule it to, we can preview it to see what it's going to actually look like. And if we wanted to, we can actually put this into our post ideas. That's where I was getting confused a little bit there for a second between post ideas and draft. If you save it as a draft, it saves it to your calendar. If you save it as a post idea, which is where you can just come in and start adding these in here, you can come in with and start creating post ideas for content that you're creating, and then just all as you do is literally just drag them on, and then you can go in and play about, start moving them around. And you can also then come over and see your grid. So that's going to populate your grid. You can see here, this is actually my Instagram account. If you're not following me over on Instagram, I'll put a link to that down below for you. But you can see here, we've got this post and we've got this post open. If I did have other multiple posts on here, I can start dragging these around and moving them around to see where it is that I want to actually put those items. So let's just say we wanted to put this item on here. Okay, let's come back to the grid. Now we've got 2 items on there. You can see if I wanted to swap these around and be like, actually, I want to put that there and move them around. You can see it's actually switched them around, and you can also confirm the changes there then. And as you move them around, it's going to start putting those in there. My dictionary always pops up. So we can actually click cancel. I'm going to come back to the month. I'm just going to drag these off here so these don't post, because this is just a demo. Now what we've got here is we can come in, we can actually create a new post or draft post in here. We've also got the option to come over and actually connect our analytics to a Metricool account. Now, if you don't know Metricool, it's a way that you can track your analytics, and you can connect that directly inside of Adobe Express. So that's scheduling all of your content, but I've got one more tip. Before you actually schedule, there's one bit inside of Adobe Express. So I've just opened up this item here. This is our, what was this one? This is our Instagram story. So you know when you post an Instagram story, you've got all of the UI or user interface that kind of like goes around the edges, and sometimes your things will actually get in the way and be hidden behind those. Well, you don't need to worry about that inside of Adobe Express, because you can turn on social safe zones. So we can see here we can turn on social safe zones, and it's going to say, well, what are you posting this for? So we're going to post this for Instagram. Let's say it was an Instagram reel, and you can see as we switch, you can see there's like a blue border around here. So we go to social safe zones, and say we want to go for an Instagram reel. Can you see how that actually changes that? And the same for Facebook story, for TikTok, it's a little bit different again. So because all of those items are kind of like, they're a similar size, so they're what, 9 by 16, but each UI or user interface has a different kind of like area. So that's why you'd want to create multiple versions of these, so you can come on and make sure and check that your posts are actually kind of like made better for each of those, or I can't think of the word, tailored. You want to make sure that each post is tailored for the right kind of like UI, and it's not being blocked by any of the user interface or UI as we know it. So that's kind of like resizing, scheduling, and checking your posts inside of Adobe Express. Now we do have one more episode coming in the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be around creating animation and video inside of Adobe Express. But hopefully you found this series really helpful so far. If you've not checked out the rest of the series, I've linked all of that down below in the description, and it's also available over on my website. If you want to make sure that you kept up to date with changes inside of Adobe Express, I'll also link down there an option to sign up to my newsletter. I don't spam you, I just send out kind of like updates and things like that of Adobe Express and things like that. So do make sure you check out all of those. Any questions you've got on Adobe Express or any of the other Adobe products, drop them down in the comments. And thank you very much, and bye for now.